Coming up, layoffs and cuts on the table as the mayor unveils a new budget plan to close a gap of more than $120 million. Plus, the women accusing Eric Swalwell of sexual misconduct are speaking out for the first time since the politician resigned. And raising kids in California comes with a high price tag. We look at the simple ways some families are cutting costs around San Diego. Starts right now. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm News 8's Jenny Day. I'll quickly get you caught up on a week's worth of news, and then we'll also look ahead at what's to come around San Diego. We begin with that budget. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is proposing major cuts to close that $120 million deficit. This week, Mayor Gloria unveiled his $6.4 billion budget proposal for the next fiscal year. He says the shortfall was built over decades of deferred maintenance and rising costs. The plan includes pausing arts and cultural grants, reducing hours at libraries and rec centers, and laying off city workers, including middle management positions, which have grown 460% since 2011. At the same time, Mayor Gloria says funding for police, fire, homeless services, and road repairs will increase. The proposal will now head to the full city council, with public hearings expected before a final vote in June. Well, also right now, authorities are investigating the death of a Carlsbad woman whose body was found in the Big Sur backcountry under suspicious circumstances. The Monterey County Sheriff's Office says hikers came across the body of 37-year-old Joanna Ruth Shields last Thursday. One hiker said she had markings on her neck and a gash on her head. The group also said they ran into a man claiming to be the woman's friend, who they say appeared to be scared, nervous, and shocked. The man reportedly told the group that he found her face down and naked in some water. The official cause of death is pending as we await those toxicology results. And Governor Gavin Newsom just declared a special election to fill the House seat vacated by former Representative Eric Swalwell. That election will take place in the Bay Area August 18th. Swalwell's resignation took effect Tuesday and came after multiple women accused him of sexual assault and misconduct. Right now, we are hearing from some of these women in an interview with CBS. Two of his accusers say that Swalwell sexually harassed or pursued them early in their professional careers. And another woman came forward this week with allegations about an assault from 2018. She believes that Swalwell drugged her a glass of wine before raping her at a hotel here in Southern California.
He raped me, and he choked me. And while he was choking me, I lost consciousness. And I thought I died.
In the wake of these accusations, Swalwell officially did resign from Congress. In a letter read on the House floor, Swalwell says he will fight the serious false allegations made against him, but said he must also take responsibility and ownership for the mistakes he did make. Meantime, the California Republican Convention just wrapped up in San Diego, with delegates failing to rally behind a single candidate for June's primary election. Former Fox News host Steve Hilton received 44% of the vote, while Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco led with 49%, both falling short of the required margin. Back in February, Democrats also could not consolidate enough votes behind one candidate. And right now, San Diego County Supervisor Paloma Aguirre is calling on Governor Gavin Newsom to declare a state of emergency over the Tijuana River Valley pollution crisis. New data from San Diego County Air Pollution Control District shows dangerous levels of hydrogen sulfide gas. That is a toxic gas with that rotten egg smell, and it far exceeds state health standards. Some schools are now limiting outdoor activity because of it.
To go out and play and run around and feel safe. And you know, you can decide to not go to the beach because it's polluted, but you can't stop breathing.
Yeah, in a statement from Governor Newsom's office to CBS 8, a spokesperson said this is an international issue under the jurisdiction of the federal government, not the state. He also mentioned the $38 million already given to Tijuana River Valley projects. Well, La Mesa, meantime, is moving forward with new regulations banning children under 12 from using e-bikes. The city council approved it unanimously this week, but it still needs a final vote. The first 60 days would be a warning period for kids under 12 caught riding e-bikes. After that, officers could issue a $25 fine, which can be waived if a safety course is completed. The La Mesa City Council also voted to name a stretch of Lowell Street at Normal Avenue to Bill Walton Way. It's an honorary designation, meaning the road will still officially carry that Lowell Street name. The stretch sits behind Helix High School, where the late Basketball Hall of Famer grew up and played. I'm also a La Mesa native. Coming up, officials say speeding is getting worse in El Cajon, how the city is planning to slow drivers down. Plus, crumbling cliffs along the ocean in La Jolla's Bird Rock neighborhood. We'll tell you where the latest SeaWorld project stands. Thanks for staying with us as we continue to take you around San Diego. There is a new push to make it easier to build high-rise housing in downtown San Diego. A proposed state bill would create special transit zones in cities, which will speed up approvals for dense housing and provide state-backed loans to help projects move forward. Leaders say the goal is to fill empty storefronts by bringing in mixed-use developments and then attract more people to downtown.
Our downtowns currently have really been built in so many ways around bringing people in for the 9 to 5, and we need to start to think about it as places that people are going to be 24 hours because they're going to live here.
Yeah, if passed, the bill could have a direct impact on areas like the C Street corridor and spur redevelopment at sites like Horton Plaza.
In El Cajon is getting worse, and the city is working to do something about it. City leaders are sounding the alarm, calling speeding one of the biggest safety issues right now. Next Tuesday, April 21st, residents can weigh in at a special town hall on what they think should be done. Meanwhile, a new pilot program is being proposed, which would use cameras or sensors to catch drivers going more than 20 miles over the speed limit. But here's the twist: no tickets, just written warnings. The goal here, change behavior and collect data on where speeding happens the most. Now, some say that's enough to slow drivers down, while others say without real consequences, nothing will change. If approved, the program could roll out as soon as this summer.
Richard Allen there reporting. And the California Coastal Commission also just approved SeaWorld's plan to replace its summer fireworks with a drone light show. The commission gave its unanimous consent to the pilot program this week. The show would feature as many as 1,000 drones. The change comes after years of noise complaints and a lawsuit over environmental impacts. With this approval, testing could begin next month, and those shows could launch by this summer. And right now, a section of Sunset Cliffs is being monitored after a bluff collapse. You can see a pile of rocks there. It happened near a popular spot where people are often seen jumping from the top of an arch that kind of shoots out from Sunset Cliffs Boulevard.
This is not a place for people who have never jumped before. If you are a intermediate level to a expert level, okay, this is a perfect place for you to be jumping. But if you are a beginner, this is not a place for you to be jumping.
Be careful. The impact from a jump can cause injuries, of course, and strong currents and high surf have triggered countless rescues in the area. Also know that lifeguards say that jumping from the cliff is illegal, and the jumpers we talked to say they have been in contact with local law enforcement and cliff rescue, and they say they know the risks of being fined. Make sure that water's deep enough. All right, erosion also continues to threaten homes in La Jolla's Bird Rock neighborhood. It's been more than a year since we first told you about a crumbling bluff there near Willamette Avenue. We are working for you to get an update on a proposed seawall project. We reached out to the city of San Diego. They say grading and building permits are in the final stages of approval, but the project also needs the California Coastal Commission to sign off on it. Experts say erosion along this stretch of coastline is not unexpected.
When we look at many of the homes along the San Diego coastline, many of them are built way too close to the cliff edges. And some of these cliffs are like vertical. They're vertical cliffs, and you're not only up to the edge, even hanging over the edge of the cliffs in places. That's not sustainable.
Yeah, for sure. Dr. Pat Abbott there. We will keep you posted on that seawall construction. Still ahead, a disease many haven't thought about in years is reappearing in parts of Southern California. What you need to know about flea-borne typhus right now. Welcome back to you. A disease many haven't thought about in years is making a comeback in parts of Southern California. Health officials say flea-borne typhus cases are rising in Los Angeles and Orange counties. The illness is spread by infected fleas, often carried by animals like rats and stray cats. Symptoms can take weeks to show up, including fever, headaches, and rash, and many patients do end up hospitalized.
It is a disease that we are paying attention to, that we monitor the data and want to see where and when cases occur.
So far this year, no cases have been reported in San Diego County. Let's keep it that way. Well, raising kids in California has never been more expensive, and a new report puts a number on just how much it costs. News 8's Shannon Handy breaks down where the money goes and how some families are finding ways to stretch their dollars.
Online lending marketplace LendingTree does this report annually. This year, they found it costs over $312,000 to raise just one kid in California, which is a big jump from last year.
Every little thing I feel like adds up.
Yesenia Auer is a mother of two living in San Diego. She knows firsthand how expensive raising children can be, which is why she spends so much time looking for ways to save.
There's a big misconception that you have to spend money to have a good time or create those memories with your kids. Down here in the slot.
Following the birth of her first daughter, Auer started an Instagram page called San Diego Girl Mom, sharing free activities and money-saving tips for families.
So the library, that's a good one. There are summer reading programs and you get free passes to museums. You can also go on the library's website and download passes to the zoo, the children's museum. There's so many passes on there.
Her page now has more than 41,000 followers. No surprise considering how expensive things have become. According to LendingTree's annual report, the cost to raise a child in California over 18 years was $286,951 in 2025. In 2026, that number jumped 8.8% to $312,300.
That's an incredibly daunting number.
Matt Schultz is LendingTree's chief consumer finance analyst. He says the company looked at factors including rent, food, and childcare.
What we found was in California, especially for those first 5 years of life when you factor in daycare costs, had one of the highest costs for raising a child in the entire country.
Schultz says there are key takeaways for families. For those planning to have children, he recommends setting money aside early.
The more money that you can put away into a high-yield savings account and just let it grow for a while, the greater buffer you'll have.
For parents already in it, he suggests being open to lifestyle changes.
As much as you may want to have that apartment, within a few blocks from the beach in San Diego, it may not fit your lifestyle anymore. It certainly may not fit your pocketbook anymore.
Overall, both Schultz and Auer say the same thing. Focus on what you can control and don't hesitate to ask for help. Shannon Handy, News 8.
Totally worth it though, right? All right, well, after 90 years of serving San Diego, Las Cuatro Milpas is getting ready to reopen in Barrio Logan at a new location. Financial issues did force its original location to close last year. The family-run business is now moving less than 2 blocks away at the Mercado del Barrio complex.
Is it true? Is Las Cuatro Milpas coming here?
Yes, we are. Everything's going to be the same recipes. We're the same family, same team, so we're very happy.
We are too. Give the people what they want. Prices at this new location will be slightly higher, but it will no longer just be cash. You can pay with a card now. They do not have an exact date yet for reopening because they're waiting on a few inspections, but they are hoping it'll be before the end of this month. All right, still ahead, we are taking you to a local farmers market, which is getting rid of plastic waste by implementing eco-friendly practices. Those details next in an Earth 8 report. Welcome back. San Diego's oldest farmers market just earned a new title, the most plastic-free in the county. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis finds out how they pulled it off in this Earth 8 report.
20%. That's how much one local farmers market has eliminated waste when it comes to eco-friendly practices. But how? Get your reusable bags ready. We're heading to the Vista Farmers Market. Those customers stressed that they were concerned about plastic in and around their food. Mark Wall, the coordinator of the Vista Farmers Market, took action.
But it's not necessary for dip or juices or, yogurt. So we're just removing it from the things that it shouldn't never have been in the first place.
It wasn't Saturday yet, so Mark and I took in the beauty of nature as we strolled through the gardens of the Avocado House Sanctuary in Escondido.
We've been an example for people for a long time, and we want to be an example with plastic packaging as well.
This plastic-free push has been in motion for over 5 years, but the market has a much longer history than that. The Vista Farmers Market is the oldest farmers market in San Diego County. It was originally started by a small group of farmers 45 years ago and has expanded to include local artists, gardeners, food makers, and international foods. It is open every Saturday, rain or shine, from 8 in the morning until noon. It is located in the parking lot of the San Diego County Courthouse. Mark is pleased and a little bewildered by their eco-friendly status.
As far as we can figure out, we're the most plastic-free farmers market in the United States, which is nice, but also remarkably surprising because we would think other people would be working on that as well.
Mark said they started small by eliminating the use of non-recyclable plastic bags. Farmers went from using thousands of plastic bags to using dozens of paper bags.
Plastic bags are a penny a piece, but they were going through thousands a week.
That's a lot.
So it adds up.
Exactly.
And now they're going through a handful of paper bags. So they've saved money on that.
A sentiment echoed by Junior with Maria's Flowers, who also uses newspaper rather than plastic packaging to wrap each bouquet.
It's just better for the environment, and I guess it is. It's also not as expensive as plastic.
Another vendor, Matthew at T-Bazaar, also made an eco-friendly switch, and customers are happy about it.
They love it, and they think that it's awesome that we made a change to switch over to our new bags to kind of help accommodate to this.
Glass is another packaging alternative used by T-Bazaar, along with several other vendors and farmers. Glass has a longer life cycle. Mark points out that it can be washed, sanitized, and reused.
And this is what they use now. And this could be used for canning at home. It can be returned to the market and refilled.
Another switch includes the use of paper holders for berries and small vegetables rather than green plastic ones.
They're in this now, they're in paper. And this is completely compostable, completely recyclable.
You also won't find styrofoam food containers here. They are a notorious plastic waste. They are not recyclable. They only break down into microplastics in our landfills and oftentimes litter our oceans.
It's just a general danger, and I think we're going to find out in a few years how bad it has affected us.
Mark admits there is still more work to do. There is currently a plastic exemption list for 12 items, including fish, meat, cheese, and some gluten-free products. They are actively working to figure out alternatives for those items.
But the exception list is fairly small compared to all the other things that we used to have.
He encourages other farmers markets to take action with this green approach.
People are ready for it, and that now that we've paved the way for farmers and food makers to do it, everybody knows how to do it. So you should take a step.
Eco-friendly steps that go beyond the parking lot of this courthouse in an effort to better our environment and ourselves. For News 8, I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis.
Yeah, nice sharing positive news with you. The Vista Farmers Market is open every Saturday from 8 until noon. It's located in the parking lot of the San Diego County Courthouse. If you'd like to see more of our Earth 8 reports, you can stream them now on our app. Download on your TV and watch for free. Also right now, it is International Dark Sky Week. The new moon, which often means little to no moonlight, combined with the Lyrids meteor shower, is creating ideal conditions for stargazing. Look up. Shooting stars, Venus and Jupiter will all be visible with the naked eye. Borrego Springs and Julian are already designated dark sky zones, so they will provide the best view. The majority of us in the city do live beneath a dome of sky glow, so this week also provides a lesson on light pollution.
We learn to be water wise, we can learn to light wisely. So bad lighting habits, it's unshielded, poorly aimed, too bright, too white, on all night.
Yeah, we can kind of all do our part. We do have a full list of events happening this week on CBS8.com, and know that the best time to see that Lyrids meteor shower will be this coming Tuesday. All right, thank you so much as always for your time. Thanks for staying informed. For News 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take such good care and go Padres.